A hell of a thing to have gone through what Diana went through and then know that her boys are going to have to bring someone into that.
Well, I think particularly for Prince William, she recognized that destiny had put extraordinary weight on his shoulders. And she saw very much her main duty as preparing him, and Harry, but in that order, for the life of, yes, of privilege, but also unbelievable obligation, if it's done right, that comes with being that senior in the royal family. And I think that inevitably there is a lot of assumptions made about competition between Catherine and Meghan.
So it is
true that Catherine is critically important to the future of the monarchy, that William and Catherine really have responsibility for the future survival of the entire House of Windsor, because, you know, the way ages have worked out, Prince Charles's reign is not going to be a very long one. Inevitably, I think in historical terms, it'll be seen as a bit of a stopgap. The real future is going to be William and Catherine. But that raises another presentational problem, which is that the next monarch is going to be an old, white, bald man. And the one after that is going to be an old, white, bald man. And the one after that is probably going to be an old, white, bald man.
What's so wrong with that?
Well, speaking as an old, white, not entirely bald man myself, I think it's excellent. But it does mean that in a particularly, you know, in a youth-oriented society, where so much store is placed on appearance and presentation, there's an issue here because, you know, when Queen Elizabeth became queen, she was a young, glamorous woman, and a whole generation grew up with her. That's not the case for Prince Charles. It's not going to be the case for Prince William. By the time he ascends the throne, you know, he's going to be as old as Prince Charles is now. And a succession of mature monarchs may be good from one perspective. Maybe there'll be a succession of wise monarchs, but it means that there is a presentational challenge. It means that increasingly there's going to be focus, inevitably of a rather superficial kind, on the younger members of the family. And that's an opportunity, but it's also a risk.
Obviously, it doesn't help if Princess Catherine doesn't get along with Princess Meghan.
Doesn't matter if they don't get on, so long as they can appear on the same balcony together. Remember what I said. It's the look of the thing. There's no need for them to be best buddies. There's no need for them to be the ideal family. They tried being the ideal family in the 60s and 70s. Look what happened. There have been 6 top-level marriages in the present Queen's reign. Only 2 of them are still going. Beg your pardon, 3 now with Harry and Meghan. That's not a very good success rate. So the idea that the Windsors have to present themselves as some kind of ideal family that we can all emulate, well, it's nice if it happens, but it's not essential. And I think that there is a risk that we become fixated on these speculative ideas about internal feuds and who's up and who's down. It sells magazines, perhaps, but it isn't really strictly relevant to the constitutional function of the thing.
Hello, I'm Liz Hayes. Thanks for watching. To keep up with the latest from 60 Minutes Australia, make sure you subscribe to our channel. You can also download the 9 Now app for full episodes and other exclusive 60 Minutes content.